Where were you when the multiverse became 20,000 strong?
Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. So, today our little channel passed the 20,000 mark when it comes to subscribers. And for that, guys, I have to say thank you. This is all up to you guys. And you guys have answered the call. You subscribed in big numbers. And for that, I'm very grateful. This means a lot to me. You guys don't realize how much this means to me. And all I can really say is thank you. I already made a video. My video, I Need a Hero, was sort of made to be able to celebrate the upcoming 20,000 number. But I did post it a bit ahead of time. I just couldn't wait to post it. I was hoping to be able to make something else today, but sadly, sometimes when you try to make videos, things go wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'll still try to make something a bit special, but I'll probably have to release it a bit later this week because today it just didn't want to happen. But instead, what I'll do is that I'll answer at least a few of the questions that you guys often have, and also I'll have a quick tour of my base. Like I know some of you guys liked seeing all the armories I have here. This was sort of a metallic material video I was planning to make, but instead, as you guys saw, I decided to make a video about all my materials. I still might make a video about the metallic materials. I'm still toying about that. Obviously, as you can see, this base is way under construction. I've barely started to decorate it, and I'm not sure if I will keep it like that. I hesitated between a few bases. I wanted to use my techno base at first, my tech base at first, but then decided to use the space base. I wanted to have a base that had a better lighting. I kind of like to use a Brainiac base whenever I make videos, but the lighting in a Brainiac base may sometimes gives a wrong impression about certain styles, so I thought I should use another base. I kind of like the lighting in the space base, although it is the lighting is off a bit. So I might replace the space base for the tech layer. I'll have to give it some thoughts. Some people were asking about the table that you see right here. This is basically the Legion of Superhero table. I forget the actual name. So it is the Legion HQ dining table with chairs. Obviously, you can get it from the broker, and as you can see, it's not that expensive, 32,000. But it's a random drop from playing the various Legion missions. So just play the Legion missions, and you should get this table and chairs easily enough. There is a version also without the chairs. So if somehow you get the table, you could get also the chairs separately. I guess this here will become my main base. As you can see, I have my main armories here. And I have my other armories in some other rooms. I have my question armory here. I haven't used it in a while. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I was trying to kind of do something with the Oracle base items. I kind of like the setup here, but the big clock. I love the big clock. So basically, I wanted to give a little corner to my little friend the question. Oh, our little Doomsday is going crazy a bit. And I needed a big room for the time sphere. Holy crap! The time sphere takes a lot of room. You pretty much need the big room like this, or you have to put it in your league hall. There's no other choice. And you can see our friend Doomsday seems to interact a bit. Like you saw, he cast some sort of heat vision and then he charged. He does that once in a while, but I wasn't able to catch it properly to make to truly make a video about it. Again, here you saw it. It happened pretty much by accident. So obviously, right now all my layers are pretty much under renovation. I would like to have used the space to be able to put all my armories, but the one thing I really dislike, oh, poor Tico. The one thing I really dislike about the Atlantean base is the armories. Holy crap, are the armories humongous. I would like to be able to put a whole bunch of armories right next to each other, and with this lair, it's not an option. But I like to have the big room, and I like the lighting of the lair. So I'm always torn about either I keep on using this lair, or I replace it with something else, like maybe the tech lair. I'm gonna have to think about it some more. So you can see here some more of my armories. Here you have pretty much my Kid Flash from Kingdom Come Armory. Yeah, Kid Flash in Kingdom Come should be a girl, but sadly, my multiverse is not, so you do what you do with the characters you have. And I have a sort of Batman armory. This is pretty much my weapon mastery armory, although I don't use it all that much. And of course, we have some nice statues. The Flash statue, the Superman statue. I wish we had more statues. Like there's a Batman statue and a Wonder Woman statue that, in theory, they should be able to give us those statues, but they didn't do it just yet. What can you do? And of course, we have here the awesome New 52 Batman statue we got a few years ago. I love that statue. I got a few, and I still regret not getting any more. And of course, we have our little Batmobile here with the door so that it can exit the lair. And my wall of emblems. It's something that's pretty convenient whenever I make my videos about the various emblems. It's great to be able to have those that wall so that you guys can see the emblems properly. But again, I'm still you can see it's still under renovation. I did not fill the room all that much just yet. I'm trying to experiment a bit. I saw one of our friends had a bunch of posters here, and it kind of looked nice. So I'll try to see if I can come up with something that might work a bit. So obviously here, this is really early in the stage of decorating it. And sometimes I'm torn. There's a whole bunch of those posters that I really love, but right now I'm running out of room. I don't have enough walls to be able to put them all. So I may have to purchase maybe one more layer. I'll have to give it some thoughts. So here I'm trying to have a little corner where we'll have this is pretty much my broker. So probably try to make some sort of a small museum here or something like that. Here I should put stuff that have to do with the crafting. And of course we have our interactive bat signal, which I don't use very often, sadly. So here we have the Brainiac layer that I've used for a bit. You guys may remember at some point I had a whole bunch of stuff here, and then I removed everything and I started redecorating it. And I had put all my armories here at some point. You guys probably recall. I kind of liked the effect it gave. But again, whenever I would use my armories to be able to show off some styles, this is a lighting where we're stuck with. And it's not bad, but it's not the best lighting, sadly. I love that huge window. Holy crap, do I enjoy that. I probably should try to get some more next January. So again, I'm trying to put as many posters as I can on the wall, but at this point I have a lot of posters, and I don't think I have enough walls. Although I probably could put some smaller ones here. I'll have to do that next time. I did put some here, but I have a lot more, so filling the walls won't be an issue. I'm just gonna have to decide which posters I'm using. I love the the Alexander Luthor ship. So here I tried to make some sort of little training room. It's not exactly it just yet. I'm still working on it. I love that poster. And here, again, I would try to make some sort of small museum here to show a bunch of artifacts, seeing how this is, again, the broker area. And here I probably should put some crafting stuff, industrial machines or stuff like that. Here I wanted to make some sort of beach area, but I don't have enough sand stuff. I kind of like to use the sand castles, but I'm gonna have to do something else. Here I tried to make a little forest. I kind of like the way this is evolving, but I'm not quite done just yet. Oh, and the evil penguin, as you can see, is destroying everything. Ah, mean penguins. So you almost saw this forest, but some evil penguins decided that not today. So I have some water here, but again, as you can see, this is very early in nothing here just yet. Here I'm going to try to make maybe a little bit of some sort of Arkham Asylum area, like something a little bit crazy. Like here you can see that I've imprisoned the evil Mr. Mixus Pedilic with some magic sigils. You have to find a way to capture those evil imps. You have no choice. So again, here you can see I didn't start decorating just yet. And here, this is a new layer that I just got. I started decorating it a bit earlier today. Uh, I didn't want to have another lair just yet, but then I came to realize that there's certain items that I could never find a place to put in my lair. So I decided to create like a penthouse so that some of the more fancy items, like these items, these chairs, it's not something I would put like in the Brainiac lair, or I tried to have some sort of themes with most of my lair, and a lot of those items I didn't fit in any of the themes I had. So I came to realize that I had no choice. I had to get a penthouse. So this is pretty new. That I barely started decorating it. So there's a lot of room for improvement. I'm not too sure about that. I kind of like creating smaller rooms like that, but I kind of like also when it's in open space. It feels a bit claustrophobic when we can get some nice effects when we create small rooms, but it does feel a bit claustrophobic in my book. So I'm always a bit hesitant about that. But again, this is very early in terms of decorating it, so I'll have to work on it some more. And of course, this was a perfect place to have a casino, of course. So I had a whole bunch of casino tables, crab tables, roulette, pool. So this was a good place to put all of those items. And I decided to make a little pub here because why not? A casino needs some sort of pub area or restaurant area, and this is it. And the pub is different from the kitchen that I have here. So technically, this is like the house kitchen, but downstairs this is the pub area. Yeah, I'm probably overthinking it, but it happens. And there are questions that you guys often have, so let's see if I can answer at least some of the more popular questions or some of the questions that people ask the most. The first one would be, when did you start playing this universe online? I started playing this universe online when the game went free to play. Basically, I should have I kick myself every day. I should have started as soon as possible. Like if I should have started in the beta stage if I could have. Sadly, way back when, before the game was launched, the word of mouth wasn't great. Let's say even the best reviews were not very flattering. Like roughly, what people would say that it was that yeah, it's a fun game, but there's not enough content to play it month after month after month. The consensus was that, yeah, you'll have fun playing the game for 1 month, and after 1 month, you'll be done with the game. So, and way back when, you had to pay 60, 65 bucks to purchase the game, and then you had to then purchase the subscription. It was working as a subscription model, which was 15 bucks a month, if I recall correctly. So way back when, I didn't want to spend 65 bucks on a game where maybe I would decide that nah, it's not really a good game. So the word of mouth did a great job, pretty much convincing me not to try the game early on. But then one magical day, and then of course later on there was the whole Sony hack. So people were like a month and a half where they could not play the game. So that probably didn't help. But luckily at some point, I think in September, the game went free to play. So right there, I had no excuse. I could just try it, decide for myself if it was worth it or not, and then decide if I wanted to play or not, or decide if I wanted to subscribe or not. And I didn't start playing right away. I waited 3 or 4 weeks because I knew that there would be a huge influx of new players, and the servers they just wouldn't be able to keep up with all the new players. And even starting 3 4 weeks after the game went free to play, the servers were barely able to handle all the new players. But from what I understand, it pretty much saved the game. The profit went up by 700%. People were really happy, and basically what they did early on is that they would increase the profit, and they would try to lower the cost, the cost of producing the game. And that's why a lot of the cinematics that we used to have early in the game cycle, those sadly disappeared. They were pretty much the first cut that happened. Those cinematics were probably way too expensive to produce, so they decided to get rid of those. And so the profit went up, the cost went down, and the game is still around today. Another question that often comes back is this universe online is dead. It's something that I made a video about that like 2 years ago because ever since even before I played the game, people would say that this universe online is dead. It's sad, but it's always been like that. There's always been a group of naysayers who've been determined to say that this universe online is dead, and at every opportunity they decide to say as much. Uh, Obviously, one day, many years from now, they will be proven to be true someday. It's like the rainmaker, someone who says every day that it's gonna rain today, it's gonna rain today, it's gonna rain today. Oh yeah, one day it will rain. So sooner or later they will be proven right. But they've been saying that for 10 years now, and the game is still around. Heck, I made a video about that 2 years ago, and that video is still relevant today. There's still people saying that the game is dead, even though it's obviously not. But sadly, there are people who are determined to think that the game is dead, and they'll say anything to try to prove their point. It's sad, but that's how it is. Another question is how can you play so many characters? I have roughly 50 characters in this universe online. I have 32 on PlayStation, and I have roughly 18 on PC. The answer to that is quite simple. I don't play all my characters. There's my multiverse character is pretty much my main character, so it's the one character that I play more than any other character. But basically, with my other characters, I don't try to have all my characters at endgame. Actually, I do the opposite. I make sure not to have all my characters at endgame. That way, if I decide that one day I want to go back and play some tier 4 missions, I can do that. I'll have a character that's somewhere around tier 4. I can go back to play that character, and I can play some tier 4 missions without destroying everything. And also, I like to have multiple characters. If I feel like if I feel one day playing Batman, I load in my Batman character, and that day I'm Batman running around Gotham. If one day I feel like playing a Superman, I log in my Superman character, and for that day I'm Superman. So that's another thing. So I don't try to play all my characters. I don't even try. I play the characters that I want to play, and if I don't feel like playing a character one day, I just don't play it. I don't force myself to play stuff, or at least I try not to. Once in a while, I might force myself to play the broker a bit if I want to have something specific. But ideally, I try not to force myself. This is a game. This is something I do for fun. So if one day the thing that makes me have fun is to play as Batman, that's what I'll do. If one day I feel like playing as Superman, that's what I'll do. I just want to have fun. Some days, yeah, some days I'll decide, okay, today I'll make that or that feat. So I will focus sometimes on certain feat or certain achievements. But as a rule of thumb, I try to have fun. That's the main goal. If I don't have fun playing this universe online, what's the point? And I guess that leads us into another question, like, aren't you tired of playing this universe online? And the answer is no. I quite enjoy it. By now, if people don't realize that I love this universe online, they'll never understand. Like, I made over 2,000 videos. At this point, I think I have over 2,500 videos about this universe online. I guarantee you that I would not have made all those videos if I did not love playing the game. And even better yet, I realized that I love also making videos. I've been making videos for almost 6 years now, and I've made over 2,500 videos. So I guarantee you, if I did not love playing this universe online, that would not have happened. And also, when I started making videos, I discovered that holy crap, making videos is fun. So I was able to pretty much combine the two. I love playing this universe online, and then I realized that I loved making videos about this universe online. So I kept on going. I made one video and another and another, and before you knew it, I had 2,500 videos, and I'm still having fun making those videos. But I guess one of the ways that I still have fun is that I try not to put myself pressure. I try not to put myself saying, "Oh, I must have 5,000 skill points." I don't do that. I get the skill points I get, and I try to have fun doing that. But again, I guarantee you, if I did not have fun playing this universe online, there's no way I would have made 2,500 videos about the game. Which brings me, I guess, to my another question that people often ask me: what other game do you like playing? One game I really enjoyed was Baldur's Gate. Holy crap, did I enjoy! And even more Baldur's Gate 2. Already the first Baldur's Gate must have taken me like 400 hours to complete. Because I explored every inch of the map. I was a foolish fool at the time. I had played Diablo 2 before I played Baldur's Gate. Diablo 2, you had your one character that you control, and it was a fun game. But then with Baldur's Gate, you controlled a full party. And holy crap, was I not good at controlling the whole party. Also, I didn't understand how the AI worked and a whole bunch of stuff. So what I ended up doing is that at some point my party members kept on dying. So I would bring them back to the nearest temple to raise them from the dead, and then they would die again. And before you knew it, I was flat broke. All my party was dead. I didn't have a single cent to be able to raise any of them. So I decided, okay, too bad. I got rid of the whole party, and then I played solo with. At the time, I was playing a mage thief, the character class that has the worst Thaco in the world. For those who don't know, Thaco is a 2-hit armor class 0. So the thief was the worst to be able to attack opponents ever, and the thief mage, I should say, was that was not good. I don't know how many times I tried to backstab an enemy and failed miserably. So the first time I played Baldur's Gate, I got rid of my whole party and I played the whole thing solo with my mage thief. And it was hard at first, but eventually I got the hang of it, and I became a machine. And then when the time came to play Baldur's Gate 2, I did the same thing. I played solo with my mage until the end, my mage thief until the end. And then it became a tradition. Like when we got Icewind Dale, I played it solo with my mage thief. When we got Icewind Dale 2, I did the same. I couldn't do it with Planescape Torment because you did not really create your character. You were using the nameless one, and that was it. But whenever we had a game, a Dungeon and Dragon like game, I would create my mage thief, and I would try to do the whole thing solo. And with Baldur's Gate, holy crap! So the first Baldur's Gate, it took me like 400 hours, if not 500 hours, to do the whole thing. And I explored the whole game. I tried everything. I looked at every corner of the map, and I was able to complete the game with my mage thief. Of course, at some point I was using a lot of cheese. When I got the speed of the boots of speed, holy crap! That it became a whole new game. I could backstab an enemy, then run away, hide in shadows, come back, backstab it again. It was glorious. And then at some point, I did not even have to run away. I could use invisibility spells. I could use I could combine magic and my thief abilities, and it became a very fun game. And then Baldur's Gate 2 again, a few hundred hours went into playing that game. So playing Baldur's Gate 1 from the beginning to the very end of not just Baldur's Gate 2, but Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Baal. Holy crap, was that fun. And then I replayed that game over and over again. I played it again with a whole bunch of mods. There was some mods called Darkest Day, where it would add a whole bunch of encounters to the game. So it was, I really enjoyed playing that game. Another game I really enjoyed was, and of course, in case you didn't know, I'm a big Dungeons and Dragon fan, so that's probably also why I really enjoyed Baldur's Gate. But I also enjoyed other games like Dragon Age. After Baldur's Gate, I was looking for other games like Baldur's Gate, and Icewind Dale was the closest I could find at the time. Planescape Torment was awesome. It wasn't quite the same as Baldur's Gate, but holy crap, the story was I loved the story. There were a few very sad moments in that story. I loved it. But then afterwards, there was a game called Neverwinter Nights. We thought it would be Baldur's Gate, but with 3D graphics, holy crap, we were wrong. It was sadly what happens often with games. They try to reinvent the wheel, and with Neverwinter Nights, instead of just saying, okay, we'll take what we had with Baldur's Gate and we'll just do that in 3D. Nah, they had to change a whole bunch of things. Also, I think they were trying to cater to the Diablo crowd. I guess they were agreeing with envy that Diablo 2 was selling like crazy. Although Baldur's Gate, from what I understand, was a great seller. Sadly, a lot of game studios, instead of saying, okay, we have a great seller, let's cherish that, they try to copy what sell a bit better, what is more successful. And in the case of Neverwinter Nights, they tried to add a whole bunch of stuff from Diablo, like you could teleport and stuff like that, and it didn't turn out great. But although some of the issues also came from, or supposedly originally they wanted to make Neverwinter Nights as just a tool that people could use to create adventures that other people would play. But then they came to realize that no, the game has to have a campaign, otherwise people will not be happy. So supposedly they added a campaign at the last minute. So apparently that's why the campaign was not as great as it should have been. But then afterwards, when we finally got the Dragon Age, it was pretty much the successor to Baldur's Gate that some of us were looking for. So you had your main character that you created. You would gather a party, and you would explore a fantasy world. And it was a bit of a dungeon crawl. If you love dungeon crawls, then you'll enjoy games like Icewind Dale or Dragon Age. So Dragon Age Origins, and also Dragon Age Origins, depending on which character you created, you would start in a different place in the game. That was awesome. Uh, it made it so that you could replay the game a few times and literally almost play a different game. Not quite. I'm exaggerating a bit, but that's how it felt at the time. So I replayed and I played Dragon Age on PC a couple of times, and then when I got a PS3, it's one of the games that I had purchased on PS3, and then I played it a couple more times on PlayStation 3. I really loved that game. And then I played Fallout 3 on PlayStation 3. Holy crap, did I have fun with that game. And the first time I played Fallout 3, I went in. I didn't know how to read the map to be able to go to the next objective. So I went completely in the wrong direction, and I went around all the map. I explored all the map before I even made the main quest. So by the time I went back to the main quest, I was like level 53, and I was way over leveled for the main quest. But holy crap, did I enjoy exploring the wasteland, killing some evil mutants. It was a fun game. And I had played Fallout 1 and 2 before. Fallout 1 and 2 again were very classic games. It's some of those games that when I was looking for more games like Baldur's Gate 2 or Baldur's Gate, Fallout and Fallout 2 were some of the games that I ended up playing. And then later on, I tried various games. I tried Dungeons and Dragons Online. It was a fun game. I was a bit disappointed though that it was not in the Forgotten Realm setting. Sadly, at some point, they had created this new world called Eberron, and they decided to push that world instead. Instead of using the Forgotten Realm world that people loved, they decided to go for their newer toy that they were trying to push down people's throat. And I the game was fine, but I was a bit disappointed that we were not playing in the Forgotten Realms. And then afterwards, we got Lord of the Rings Online. Holy crap, did I have fun playing that! I played that game for about 6 months, and I played it with a bunch of friends. And holy crap, did we have fun! Sadly, at some point, I was able to play this game in between contracts. So when my contract ended, I had a few months off, so I was able to play Lord of the Rings with some of my friends. And then when I got a new contract, sadly I didn't really have the time to play that game. And then also there's another game that came out that pretty much made it so that I could not really play Lord of the Rings anymore. And so I started playing DC Universe Online, and I didn't have the time to be able to play two MMOs at the same time. So at that point, DC Universe Online pretty much started taking all the time I had to play games, and I loved every seconds of it. There's other games I played in the meantime. Although there is one summer, the summer of Origin Crisis. I have to admit, I was a little burnt out. Origin Crisis was not a fun DLC. There was a lot of gatekeeping happening. Uh, and then we got the first season, the first PvP season. That holy crap, that one almost killed me. It was very frustrating. Basically, early on, they had the bright idea of only giving marks if you won the match. So if you had a PvP match and you did not win the match, sadly, no marks for you. So you could not purchase, upgrade your gear. And the first day, it wasn't an issue. Like the first day, I logged in, played my, 6 matches we had access to, and that was it. I won my matches, and I was good until the next day. And sadly, one thing happened, and the reason why they were limiting us to a certain amount of matches per day was so that we would use replay badges if we wanted to play more. But I decided not to do that. I decided, okay, I played my matches, I got my victories. Tomorrow I'll play again. And sadly, what happened that first day is that pretty much everyone, well, a lot of players replayed and replayed and replayed PvP until they got the full. At the time, the top gear was Vengeance gear, so they replayed until they got the Vengeance gear. So not even the next day, like that same day at the end of the day, I decided to show PvP to a few of my friends. A lot of my friends did not want to play PvP, but I was able to convince them. I said, listen, everyone has cash gear. PvP is much easier. Uh, and so they were able to. So I was able to convince them to give it a try, and we got cream. We kept on being matched against groups in full of engines. So sadly, that pretty much convinced. Not only did that convince my friends not to play PvP anymore, it was the last straw that convinced my friends not to play DC Universe Online anymore. That summer, it was a rough summer. Already, Origin Crisis was hurting a lot of people. A lot of people called it a league killer at the time. A lot of leagues pretty much disappeared overnight thanks to Origin Crisis. And when we got the new season of PvP, for some of the people that were trying to hold on, that was the last straw. And sadly, that summer, a lot of people stopped playing DC Universe Online. And sadly, with my league, that's exactly what happened. Pretty much, I was the only one left. Everyone left. And when you have a league, things are a lot easier in DC Universe Online. I remember when I first started playing DC Universe Online, some missions were a bit, let's say, a bit of a struggle, especially if you play with pickup groups with random players. There's some missions that holy crap, you just cannot play those missions with random players. But then at the time, I was able to play those missions with my league, and a lot of missions that were very difficult became very very easier. But sadly, thanks to Origin Crisis and thanks to the first season of PvP, all my friends left. So then I discovered once more what it was to play with random players, and holy crap, was it not good. So that's the one time where I considered not playing this Universe Online anymore. I tried other games at the time. I tried Star Wars: The Old Republic. I tried a game called Terra Online. I tried Rift. I tried a whole bunch of games. I tried Defiance, and luckily I didn't find any of those games really appealing. So I stuck with DC Universe Online. And then when we got Sons of Trigon, I tried to convince some of my friends to come back, and that it just didn't work out. But then later on, I had another group of friends that joined the game. So again, we were able to create a league, and in that case, they wanted to play evil villains. So we created an evil league, and we played together, and it was fun enough until we got Game Update 46. With Game Update 46, again, that was the last straw. Already, there was a whole bunch of issues at the time with the game. There was a lot of instability with the game. And there was a lot of times where the game would be down for maintenance, not just for the daily maintenance, but during the day, servers would crash, or the game would crash, or something would happen. And there was a lot of issues with the game for a short while. And then when we got the Game Update 46, that was the last straw for my friends. They decided that okay, we're not playing that anymore. So once more, I lost all my league in one go. And so these are the two times when we got Origin Crisis in the first season of PvP, and then when we got the Game Update 46. These are the two times where I was really worried about this Universe Online. Where when people were saying this Universe Online is dead, these are the two times where I would have believed it. Luckily, they were able to stick around, and then they were able to improve things at least a little bit. And then there's other games I enjoyed. There's a game called Kingdom of Amalur that I had a lot of fun playing. There's a game called Dragon's Dogma. Holy crap, did I have fun playing Dragon's Dogma. And sometimes some of you guys ask me, why do I only make videos about this Universe Online? Why not make videos about other games? I did try to make video about other games. I made videos about Dragon Age. Not copyright strike, but copyright claim. So let's say the guy who composed the music on Dragon Age would claim my Dragon Age video because he made the music for that. There's Capcom. I tried to make videos about Dragon Dogma. I thought Dragon Dogma would be a great game to make videos about. But then it turns out that Dragon's Dogma systematically copyright claim any video that are made about their game. So sadly, that wasn't really an option. Well, I still could have made videos, but they would have been claimed by Capcom. I still might. Once in a while, I think that maybe I should still make videos about that game, even if it gets copyright claimed. I'll have to give it some thoughts. And there's other games lately, like there's the new Dungeons Dragon game, Dark Alliance, that I toyed with the idea of making videos about that. I tried to make videos about the Avengers game, and sadly that game was dead on arrival. I guess I could still make videos about it, but I'm not too sure about that. There's the Spider-Man game. I've been promising myself to make videos about that one. And I just didn't get around to doing that. So I would like to make videos about other games. Sadly, sometimes it's just not possible because those videos will be claimed. Or even sometimes I'll make videos about other stuff. Like you may have noticed, at some point I made videos about the various CW shows, and those videos were claimed, so I got rid of those videos. There's my video about the Crisis on Two Earths. I made a video about that. That video was claimed, but I was able to basically just remove all the images in the video, and I was able to bypass the copyright claim that way. So that is the one video where instead of just deleting the video, I modified the video. I guess I could have done that with some of my CW videos, but I didn't really care at the time, so I just got rid of the videos. Which is another thing also. Sometimes some of you guys will ask me why I don't... Let's say I create a video about a certain costume. Probably a bad example, but let's see if we can try it. Let's say I make a video about our friend Larfleeze, and I create the whole look for our friend Larfleeze. Some of you have suggested that in the screen I could show an image of Larfleeze so that you can compare the Larfleeze from the comics to the Larfleeze in the video. Sadly, that would open the door for my video to be claimed manually. Like, I don't know, the artist who made the image of Larfleeze could decide to say, hey, I made that image. So he could send a copyright claim to YouTube, and then YouTube would claim my video for him. So that's the one reason why I don't put images in my videos, other than images that I created myself. Like once in a while, you'll see my videos. There's a few images that will pop up that I've created myself. So these are the only images I really use right now. Is that if I create the image 100% myself, then yeah, I'll use it in my video. I might try to experiment a bit. I might try to be a bit brave and maybe use other images in the future. But sadly, it opens the door to at least the video getting copyright claimed, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. So again, guys, crossing 20,000 subscribers, that means the world to me, and I have to say thank you. Sorry for the long video. I didn't realize I would talk so much. I guess I'm a bit more excited than I thought. But there's questions that you guys often ask, so I thought I'd try to answer at least some of those. I should probably try to make, I'll see if I can try to make maybe a Q&A video once a week or something like that, because there's also a lot of questions that you guys ask when we do live streams, and very often when we do the live stream, we're so busy trying not to die fighting the forces of evil that sometimes we miss out a lot of your chats. So I might try to make maybe a Q&A video once a week, where I will answer all the questions in the chat that I did not answer. I'll see if it's feasible or not. I'll have to get some thoughts. So again, guys, thank you very much for your support. It means the world to me. So right now we crossed the 20,000 subscribers. Who knows how far this will go? But right now, guys, I'm very happy. I'm on cloud 9. I'm doing the happy dance. I've been doing the happy dance all day. Although I've been trying also to make videos all day and it just didn't work out, it happens. So again, I already made my video, I need a hero to kind of celebrate the occasion. I'll put a link in the description down below. I'll try to make another video a bit later this week maybe. Again, I was trying to make it today, just didn't happen. So again, guys, thank you for your support. It means the world to me, and thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this Universe Online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. Or click one of the videos that you see on your screen right now. Bye-bye.